Game 2 of the NBA IHSA Eastern Conference Finals. It's the Monrovia Bulldogs taking on the Franklin Grizzly Cubs. Game 3 of the doubleheader in Plainfield. Who's going to win? Let's find out. Let's get a move on. It is the Monrovia Bulldogs and the Franklin Grizzly Cubs. Here from Plainfield, it's Game 2. It's Day 2 of the doubleheaders. And later tonight, once again, it will be Plainfield-Martinsville. Martinsville did not do good yesterday. As here we go again. The Grizzly Cubs trying to win it here in Plainfield. Can the Grizzly Cubs win it? Or will Monrovia take Game 2? That's the question. Eli Jackson and Nick Green looking to carry Franklin to the win. As we still see Monrovia still doing well. Jay Swafford looking to go off tonight. Monrovia is in their green and white uniforms, while Franklin is in their white uniforms. And we know the uniform combinations tonight as well for the game. Plainfield will be in their white statement uniform, while Martinsville will be in their navy statement uniform. Romine with it, back to Sierra to start the game. Sierra for 2. And Monrovia strikes first. Here's Isaac Stead. Passes to Swafford. Back to Green, back to Swafford. Swafford goes back to Stead. Isaac Stead for 3. Isaac Stead for 3. And what a way to start the game that was. Romine with the ball. Back to Sierra. Back to Newman. Brandon Newman. Back. Who was that? Monrovia just shot a 3-pointer. Noah Hessong for 3. Here's Isaac Stead with the ball. Stead back to Green. Back to Stead. For 3. It's Thunder. Nick Thunder Green for 3. And that's his first 3 of the doubleheader this weekend. Sunday afternoon and night basketball. Here from Red Pride Court. Here's Seth Sierra. Getting covered by Thunder. Back to Romine. Green with the block. Here's Jackson. His pass to Green was stolen by Newman. Here's the 2. The 2 is no good. Stead with the rebound. Stead with the ball. Here's Stead. Back to Swafford. Chase Swafford for 3. Swafford for 3. Romine with the ball. Here's Sierra again. Sierra will dunk it in. 2-point game once again. Franklin up by 2. Time kind of running out just a bit. Here's Stead back to Jackson. Eli Jackson with the ball. Jackson for 3. Eli Jackson for 3. It's 12-7. Eli Jackson, one of those talented players on Franklin. Here's Seth Sierra. Back to Romine. King Romine for 3. It's still a 2-point lead for Franklin. Here's Logan Fayers. Fayers with it. The last time Franklin was on offense, it was Jackson for 3. And the shot from Green is blocked. Monrovia could take the lead here. Final seconds. Here's Sarah. We are tied. 0.9 left on the clock. I mean, that will end the first quarter. We are tied in Plainfield. Franklin, Monrovia, all tied up. As Franklin trying to win Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals. And here we go once again. Welcome back to Plainfield. It's the start of the second quarter. We are tied at 12. We will start over. We are starting over just like in the first half. I mean, just like in the first quarter when we started tied at 0. We're now starting tied at 12. Colton East is out there with Cameron Bazel. Then it's Henry Reipinger, Eli Jackson, and yeah, East for 2. Colton East for 2. Wow, that shot. Romine with the ball. Romine getting covered by the defense. Herbeck will slam it in. Hayden Herbeck with the dunk. He dunks on Eli Jackson. Game tied again. Rockhill back to Jackson. Nathan Rockhill looking very strong already. Rockhill back to East. East there for 2. East drives it in for 2. Great shot there by Colton East. And here's Caden Romine. He has the ball again. Back to Sarah. Sarah with the ball. He's still looking. Jackson with the block. Jackson back to East. East there. Back to Reipinger. Back to East. Back to Rockhill. Nathan Rockhill slams it in. It's a 4-point game. Grizzly Cubs up 4 on Monrovia. How about that? In the next game, in the next doubleheader, will be at Martinsville. Here's Mike Irwin. Back to Weaver. Bryce Weaver. Weaver for 2. Bazel back to Jackson. Jackson with it. Back on their own side now. Jackson. The shot is blocked. Franklin will get the ball. The shot is blocked. And I think that was Romine with a block. No, that was Seth Zera that blocked it. What a block from Seth Zera. And Tavai Grover is into the game for Monrovia. While on the other side of the ball for Franklin, Isaac Stead, Jackson Carwine, and Nick Green are into the game. And how about that 2 points there? Who was that? I couldn't tell who that was. It's 20-16, 4-point game now. Again for the Quakers. Romine with it. Romine back to Zera. Seth Zera with it. Zera's still dribbling. Back to Weaver. Bryce Weaver for 3. Stead with the ball again. Green with the dunk. Nick Green, Howard dunks it in. And Nick Green is starting to go off here tonight from Franklin. Here tonight in Plainfield. Franklin up by 4. No, actually they're up 3. 3-point game for the for the Grizzly Cubs. Here's Sarah. Again it's Sarah. Sarah looking. Back to Grover. To Vine. Grover dunks it in. 1 point game. Said with it. Are they looking for a buzzer beater? Said back to Green. Green. That technically is a buzzer beater. And at the end of the first half, it's Franklin 24, Monrovia 21. We will be back after halftime. Welcome back to Red Pride Court to start with the third quarter. Jackson with it. Jackson back to Green. Green for two. Nick Green for two. As Green scored there, it's 26-21. Here's Romine for two, but it's still good. Jackson comes up with it with the rebound. Here's Stead. Stead back to Green, back to Swafford. Chase Swafford for three. Swafford for three. Here's Romine. Romine with it. Back to Sierra. Back to Weaver. Bryce Weaver for three. Here's Stead. Back to Green. Green with the ball. And he's getting covered by Sierra. Back to Stead. Isaac Stead for three. And the Quakers are pulling away here. And the Grizzly Cubs are pulling away here in Plainfield. 32-24. Franklin leads over Monrovia. Weaver back to Sierra. Seth Sierra still has it. Back to Romine. Back to Weaver. And the lob is blocked and taken away by Thunder. Thunder with the lob to Jackson. Eli Jackson dunks it in. What a lob. And Franklin showing Monrovia how it's done with the lob and dunk. 10-point game here from Plainfield. Second half really strong for the Grizzly Cubs. Here's Sierra. Sierra getting covered. Back to Hassong. Back to Brandon Newman. Newman there. Weaver for three. Here's Logan Fayers with the ball again. Green dunks it in. What a pass. Green will dunk it in for his second dunk. And Nick Green is going off tonight from Plainfield. A three by Monrovia. Franklin now up six. Here is Swafford. Swafford with the ball back to Green. Nick Green for two. Final 15 seconds in the third quarter. The final 15 seconds in the time quarters. Romine with it. Back to Sierra. Sierra. Green almost with the block. 38-32. Here's a pass. Set. At the end of the third quarter, Franklin up 38-32. 6-point game for the Grizzly Cubs. Welcome back to Plainfield. Franklin up by 6, 38-32. The target score is 73 points. The winner of this game has to score 73 points. Bryce Weaver for 3. And Monrovia is trying to get there first. Stead is out there with Reipinger. And it's Bazel, Jackson, and Green. For Franklin, here's Reipinger. Reipinger for 2. Romine is out there with others for Monrovia. How about Reipinger's 2 over Bryce Weaver's back? Sierra back to Romine. Romine with it. And the pass back to Catchings. And back to Romine again. It's to Seth Sierra. Sierra there. Back to Romine. Weaver for 2. Here is Henry Reipinger. Henry Reipinger with the ball. 40-37 now. Reipinger for 3. Here's Caden Romine with the ball. Romine looking, back to Sierra. Sierra looking. Jackson with the block. Monrovia ball again. But what a block that was by Eli Jackson. A lot of fans here in Plainfield. And it's a lot of blue, and it's mostly blue. Romine for 3. 3-point game. I can see Franklin bringing a lot of their fans to Martinsville. Look at that lob. The lob to Green in the dunk by Thunder. What a lob that was. Here's Romine with it. 45-40. It's going to be one of those close games, isn't it? Weaver with it. Back to Sierra. Sierra with it. Back to Romine. Romine for 2. Here's Eli Jackson again with the ball. Jackson back to Reipinger. Reipinger with it. Henry Reipinger for 2. Franklin 24-22 from the bucket. At the bucket. Here's Catchings back to Sierra. Sierra with it again. And Sierra for 2. 3-point game. The Martinsville Artesians have entered the building. Martinsville is here. They are sitting with the crowd. Green back to Bazel. Bazel dunks it in on Catchings. Can Bazel just dunk that in? Plainfield has already been here, but Martinsville just re-entered the building. Romine back to Sierra. Seth Sierra there. He's looking. Sierra is still there. Sierra will dunk on Eli Jackson. How about that slam dunk by Seth Sierra there? Dunks it in on Eli Jackson, and it is a 3-point game again. Stead with the ball. Back to Green. Green back to Stead. Stead with it. For 2. Isaac Stead for 2. And here we go. Once again, Caden Romine with the ball. Romine with it. Back to Zira. Seth Zira with the dunk again. Zira just dunked it in again. And again he dunked on Eli Jackson. Eli Jackson has been getting dunked on quite a lot tonight. Here's Eli Jackson with it once again. Jackson looking. Back to Reipinger. Henry Reipinger. They're back to Green. Green for 2. What a shot from Thunder. 53-48 the score right now. Franklin has the lead. Romine has it. And here's Romine again. Looking back to Zira. First game catching with it. And a lot of passes already. A ton of passes. Weaver with it. Back to Zira. Back to Romine. Caden Romine for 3. 2-point game in Plainfield. Here's Eli Jackson with the ball. Jackson looks. Getting covered. Back to Stead. Stead there. Back to Green. Nick Green for 2. I think Nick Green is the player of the game tonight because of how good he is doing right now. Great game so far from Green. Here's Stead. Covering Romine. Romine getting covered. Cannon Catchings dunks it in. Here's Stead. Back with it. And it goes out of bounds. Monrovia will take the ball back. Here is Stead. Romine covering him. East and Rockhill into the game. We are tied. Here's East. Back to Rockhill. Back to Jackson. Eli Jackson for 3. Romine with it. Stead covering. Stead steals the ball. Stead back to Green. Back to his brother, Rockhill. Back to his younger brother, Green. Green dunks it in. And here comes Franklin pulling away. Newman back to Romine. Stead there. Knocks the ball loose. Stead steals it. And he will drive it in for 2. He lays it up and in for 2. Newman back to Romine. Stead knocks the ball out again. But Romine with it. And it's dunked in by Bryce Weaver. And the crowd is going wild. Jackson with it. Back to Green. Back to Jackson. Eli Jackson for 3. And the crowd is getting into it here from Plainfield. Sierra back to Romine. Here's Stead. Covering Romine again. Here's Catchings back to Romine. And the shot is blocked. Here's Jackson with it. Eli Jackson. The 3, no good, and it's rebounded by Brandon Newman. And the shot is blocked again. Jackson takes it away. Stead for 3. And it's good. 68-57. Here's Romine. Romine with it. Weaver. Bryce Weaver for 2. Green. Back to Stead. Hands it off to Rockhill. Back to Green. Nick Green for 3. 2 more points until Franklin wins it. Here's Stead. Stead gets the ball. Instead, for 2. Franklin wins it 73-59. What a game in the fourth quarter. Franklin wins it. What a game. And what a game indeed. Franklin wins it at home in Plainfield. That will do it. I think it's time for the New Balance Player of the Game, Nick Green. That's not shocking to anyone. And thanks for watching, everyone.